Alright, this video is going to be on simple interest. So, if you remember from class, the formula that we have with simple interest is I is equal to P RT over 100. Okay, and the variables that these stand for, so I is equal to the interest earned. Okay, P is equal to the principal value, or the amount that they initially invest. R is equal to the rate per annum as a percentage. And this last thing here, time, that's equal to the number of years. Okay, so I equals PRT, that is the standard formula for simple interest. Now, some of you might be interested in transposing this formula. So, I'm just going to give you a bunch of other formulas. So, P is equal to 100 times I over RT. Okay, so this formula we can use, this is exactly the same as this formula, except all I've done here is I've just rearranged these variables so that P can be the subject. Okay, and so this is probably useful to note down that you can use this when you want to find the principal value. So when you're given I, R, and T, you can use this formula right here to work out what the principal value is. So I'll give you the other ones as well. Another one is T is equal to 100 times I over P times T. Okay, you can use this formula when you want to find out the time. Okay, and you're already given I, P, and T. I, P, and R, sorry, that should be R here, just clarifying, that should be R on the bottom. And this last thing here is R is equal to 100 times I over P times T. Okay, so these are all the same thing. And this is if you want to find out the rate. Okay, so all these four formulas actually, they're all related. They're just different transpositions. Okay, so if you rearrange them, they're just different letters. But this would be helpful if you are not quite good with algebra yet and would just to kind of understand how to use the formula without transposing. So in this video, I'll hopefully use these things as well. So let's look at the first example that we've got. Diana takes a loan of $10,000 on 3% interest rate. She plans to pay the loan off after 2 years. Calculate the simple interest. So, with these questions, always label what your P value is, okay, what your I value is, what your R value is, and what your T value is. So, in this case, what's our principal value? Takes a loan of $10,000. So, 10,000 is my principal value. What's my interest rate per year? Yep, 3%. She plans to pay off the loan after 2 years. Okay. In this case, this is what we're trying to find. The I value is what we're trying to find. So, what we can do here is we can use the formula I equals P RT over 100. Then after that, we substitute all the values that we have in. So this would mean I is equal to 10,000 times 3 times that with the time, which is 2, all of that over 100. And if you chuck that into the calculator, okay, let's just quickly chuck that into the calculator, you should get 3 times 2 times that divided by 100. So you should get a total of $600. So that means I equals 600 for this case. So that means the way we interpret this, the amount of interest that she gets for investing 2 years for this loan is $600. Alright, now let's move on to the next question. 2,400 interest is paid on an investment of 20% per annum after 3 years. So again, write down all the variables P, I, R, T. So the principal value in this case, doesn't look like we've got a principal value here. But if you look at this bit here, $2,400 on interest, so that goes in the I part. Investment, 20% per annum. So 20% goes here, or 20. And 3 years, that's what we've got, so 3 years. So our P, that's what we're trying to find here. So we can use the formula P is equal to 100 times I divided by R times T. So what we can say is that P is equal to 100 times 20 over, what's the value of R? The value of R is 20 times 3. I do apologize, that thing here is not supposed to be 20. This thing is supposed to be 2,400. Okay, and if you chuck that into the calculator, so 100 times 2,400, divide that by 60, you should get a total of $4,000. That means her principal value is $4,000. So if she wants to earn $2,400 at this rate for 3 years, she has to initially invest $4,000 at the start. Okay? Now, let's look at this final question. So, again, P I R T. Okay, so $65,000 interest. So there we go, $65,000 interest should go in the interest column. Investment of $100,000. So investment is your principal value. $100,000 goes here. Invested at 6.5% per annum. Okay, so what we're trying to do is trying to find the amount of time that she needs to invest for. So once again, T is equal to 100 times I over P times R. So what we should get is T is equal to 100 times 65,000 over 100,000 times 6.5. And if you plug these all into the calculator, so 100 times 65,000 divided by 10,000 times 6.5, what we get is the time is actually 100. Let me just double check this. So if we get rid of 2 zeros here, you get 2 zeros. So 65,000 divided by 6.5 times 100. Yes, so the amount that she will need to invest, the amount of time that she needs to invest this for is T is equal to 100 years, okay, which is quite long, but that's what the question obviously is asking for. So hopefully that was informative, and that is simple interest.